Good evening. Governor Bill Richardson will not be indicted.
News 13 has learned that the U.S. Department of Justice has decided not to seek criminal indictments against Richardson or former high-ranking members of his administration. For the last year, federal investigators have been looking into whether a California investment firm got state contracts in exchange for political contributions. Here's News 13's Michael Hertzenberg.
Well, I don't comment on either the existence or non-existence of investigations, and when we have something that we're publicly ready to say, we'll say it.
During a visit to Albuquerque in June, U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder refused to say anything about the corruption case. But News 13 has learned that after reviewing the evidence for several months, top Justice Department officials in Washington recently decided not to seek indictments. The case centers on the financing of road construction in New Mexico. In 2004, a California firm called CDR Financial Products was paid $1.5 million to help with the complicated financing of road projects. The two CDR contracts attracted the FBI's attention. Around the time CDR got them, CDR executives donated roughly $100,000 to political action committees set up by Governor Richardson. Much of that money was used to cover expenses for him and his staff at the 2004 Democratic National Convention in Boston. The FBI began its probe 14 months ago. Agents wanted to know if the contributions were linked to state contracts. In other words, was CDR required to pay to play? As part of the investigation, a federal grand jury in Albuquerque gathered documents and heard testimony from a variety of witnesses. Published news reports say the grand jury focused on the governor, his former chief of staff, David Contarino, and on David Harris, the former executive director of the New Mexico Finance Authority. Richardson has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, and in January, he also defended Contarino.
Well, Dave Contarino is an outstanding public servant. He was my chief of staff. Utmost integrity, talent.
Although this investigation now appears to be over, it has taken a toll. In December, President-elect Barack Obama nominated Richardson to be Commerce Secretary.
Bill has seen from just about every angle what makes our economy work.
But a month later, the corruption investigation forced Richardson to withdraw his nomination.
Yesterday, I was hurting over this decision. I lost a cabinet appointment.
News 13 has learned there will be no formal announcement from the Justice Department about the conclusion of the investigation. However, the government's decision could be publicly known as early as tomorrow. Although the CDR investigation is dead, the Richardson administration is not in the clear as far as the feds are concerned. There are still several ongoing corruption investigations in the state, including a federal probe into state investment practices. Michael Hertzenberg, KRQE, News 13.
Richardson is in Cuba on a trade mission and won't be back in the state until Friday.